The town of Needham is gearing up for a major expansion of the tennis facilities at the high school to enable the town to host tournaments and make sure all players can practice together. However, nearby residents are concerned about the potential use of the courts for pickleball. During the planning board hearing on April 2nd, they made sure their apprehension over the disruptive pop, pop, pop sound was heard loud and clear.
The proposed plan involves renovating the existing 4 courts and adding 4 more on the adjacent grass field. Given the current courts are also frequented by pickleball fans, residents living on Rosemary Street and Webster Street fear the incessant noise would only worsen.
I'm not anti-pickleball. I actually enjoy playing the game of pickleball, but it's just a really, really loud, harsh sound.
The pickleball sound is created by a hard plastic racket on a hard plastic ball, and the impact happens in 2 to 10 milliseconds, which creates what is known as impulsive sound, not normal sound. So it doesn't register in the same way, doesn't travel in the same way through barriers.
In response, the planning board and the town both agreed to impose specific conditions on the permit, prohibiting pickleball activities on the high school tennis courts. Nevertheless, some abutters remain skeptical about the enforceability of these conditions.
How do we enforce that? Who do we call in the morning?
Enforcement would be through the planning board and the building department.
Okay.
And through Park and Rec.
And would
have jurisdiction over the courts.
Chris Gerstow, chair of the Park and Recreation Commission, highlighted the role of park rangers who oversee field usage and enforce regulations. Funding for an additional park ranger is being requested at upcoming annual town meeting to strengthen enforcement efforts.
So if you have unauthorized groups using a space they're not supposed to, they will be kicked off.
Stacy Mulroy, Park and Recreation Director, mentioned the town's intent to designate a separate area away from residential neighborhoods for pickleball activities. Questions have arisen regarding the necessity of 8 courts, particularly since only 5 are essential for hosting tournaments. Moreover, concerns were voiced about sacrificing the grass field for additional courts.
My office window faces that field, and it gets used. It gets used by a lot of people, by, volleyball, by the football team in the summertime. And it's open space, and it's nice. It's not concrete.
Joe Matthews, a town meeting member, suggested scaling the project back to 6 courts, aligning the new ones with the existing layout by extending into the parking lot.
And I'm just wondering, in the context of growing population, should we really be paving over a field if we don't have to?
The planning board wants to see some hard evidence justifying those 8 courts at the next hearing on April 24th, along with a plan for 6 courts.
We also want to see that in that plan of the 6 courts, that it's like I said, engineered to be as far away from the residents on Rosemary as possible, and absolutely as close as you can get to that asphalt, regardless of its recycled condition, for the parking lot.
The project is set to request $1.4 million from the Community Preservation Act Fund for construction at the annual town meeting in May. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.